But right now we're going to go to national news with the impeachment inquiry into President Trump continuing to dominate national headlines this week. In Colorado, Cory Gardner is facing heat about the dismissal of the inquiry as an attempt to appease the far left. One group named Need to Impeach is spending $3.1 million on TV ads to target Gardner and other vulnerable Republican senators up for re-election. Krista, how do you see this playing out for Gardner and others?
Well, I think he's right. It's just politics as usual. I mean, you've got, politicians and their sons getting money. It's kind of powers politics as usual. What Trump did, although arguably more stupid, is also politics as usual. If you think back over the last couple of years, I don't know that there is really a taste for impeachment. We went through the whole Clinton thing. It cost a lot of money. And I don't know that either in that case or this case, being an unethical, asinine individual is actually high crimes and misdemeanors. I think this is just a little hat tip to the far left, as Senator Cory Gardner said. And I think that in the end, the appetite for this among the general population is going to be next to zero. If you don't like Donald Trump, vote against him in 2020.
David, is there such a thing as politics as usual anymore?
It's gotten worse than usual, and Donald Trump is more a symptom than a cause. I mean, in any political system where the next president is going to be Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump has gone seriously wrong in terms of finding ethical, decent people to lead. I mean, would you buy a used car from Donald Trump? I would not, nor would I buy a used car from Adam Schiff or Devin Nunes. So I don't really believe anything I hear in all the leaks and the counter leaks and the rumors and the this and that. I'll wait till solid evidence gets produced. All those other people would say some of the things he said on TV are impeachable. So if you think that's fine, because there you have the evidence. I expect in the long run we'll find out like it's Watergate. If we have a crooked Republican president who went way over the line, and actually so did the prior Democratic administration in some of the same ways and also in their own different and corrupt ways. So frankly, I think the compromise for this country, when we get all the facts, will be to impeach Trump, Biden, and Obama. And none of them can ever hold federal office again. And then we'll be putting the country back on the right track.
That's one take. Eric, we've got 13 months till Gardner is up for re-election. What do you think is going to happen to him?
To David's point, I'm not sure how it's going to work to impeach either Obama or Biden here, given that they're not in office, and I think impeachment is a process for those in office.
Forbidding them to hold any future office as well.
I don't think Barack Obama is running for much future office. I don't think there's any offices that would terribly interest him having been president. I had my differences, Lord knows, with Barack Obama on both domestic and certainly on foreign policy. But to compare him to Donald Trump on a level of integrity or ethics or honor is a stretch too far for me. As to Cory Gardner, we've talked about it, Patty, at this table before. He is damned if he does, and he is damned if he doesn't. The Trump-dominated base of his Republican Party is rabid, and they're rabid in support of Donald Trump. And Cory, if he has any chance at re-election, and that's an open question, he has to have the base with him, and he cannot wander too far in alienating the base. But the base by itself will not be enough to get him reelected in 2020 in Colorado, and so he has to reach further. And if he tries to reach further, the base deserts him, and vice versa. You would like to think the likelihood is Cory Gardner is going to be a part of a 100-person jury as a member of the U.S. Senate, assuming the House passes articles of impeachment. You would like to think that jurors would keep their powder a little bit dry until there is some evidence or lack of evidence, but that's not the age we live in.
Natasha, wrap it up for us as much as you can on this moving target.
Well, moving target is exactly the case. I mean, it's my job to follow this sort of thing, and keeping up with the minute-by-minute news is almost impossible. So if you're in a tangential role, like the Cory Gardner race, I can imagine that that's even more complicated. So to focus on strategy, particularly for the Colorado Senate race, Democrats have spent a lot of time poising Gardner as somebody who is Trump favorite, somebody who sides with him all the time. And that works to a certain extent. But as volatile as the national scene is, I wonder how that's going to play out over the coming year, because I couldn't predict what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, let alone the next 5 months. What I think they'll be doing now is also focusing in on Gardner's record. Gardner's record's separate from anything related to Trump. And I think that's what Colorado voters are going to connect with too. This is truly a job evaluation. It's a chance for Gardner to make his case for what he's done for the state of Colorado. And it's a chance for all of his opponents to say this is what he hasn't done in Colorado. If the conversation solely focuses on Trump, I don't think the Colorado voters are going to get enough information to make that decision in the way that they want to.